go over rounding. This is something you probably learned in elementary school, but I just want to highlight a few reminders that you may have forgotten. So typically this year in class, your instructions will be to round each answer to 2 decimal places. But you do have to look sometimes in the instructions if it says to just 1 or if it says whole number, you have to pay attention to that. Remember, if the number directly to the right of where you're rounding is a 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, you're just going to keep the previous number the same. You're not going to do anything differently. If the number directly to the right of the number to be rounded is a 5, a 6, a 7, an 8, or a 9, that's when you're going to round the previous number up by 1. When you're rounding something, so we said 2 decimal places, so 1, 2. I always put a little line here. You only have to look directly to the right, okay? So don't even worry about what's beyond the digit directly to the right of the number to which you're rounding. So does the 4 round the 5 up? The answer is no. So this rounded would be 0.65, 0.65. Do me a favor and always put your 0 in front of your decimal point. It just makes things a little clearer, okay? The common mistake that people make is they say, oh, well, the 9 would round the 4 up, and then that would become a 5, and then the 5 would round the previous 5 up. And don't do that. That's bunny hopping when you don't need to. Let's go down to example B. So our second decimal place would be this 9. Look directly to the right of it. There's a 6. Does that round the 9 up? It does. But when you round a 9 up, it pushes it to a 10. And then that does legitimately bunny hop it over here, and your 7 will become an 8. So your answer here should be 14.8, and you have to include the 0 because the directions say to round to 2 decimal places. So 14.8 and 14.80, while it's the same value, they actually have some different meanings in terms of precision and measurement. So make sure you keep the 0 there. Now here we have an example in scientific notation. So the good news for scientific notation is you don't have to take it out of scientific notation. If it says round to 2 decimal places, leave it in scientific notation, count over your 2. Okay, we're going to look directly to the right of the 3. The 8's going to round it up. So your answer here is going to be 8.4. 3 rounded up is another 4. And then don't forget to tack on the times 10 to the 4th, right? Because 8.44 is very different than 8.44 times 10 to the 4th.